That's how death toll. Yeah,
Don't edit that. Previously on Poker Face.
So the season starts with Charlie Cale working as a casino cocktail waitress, and she has an uncanny ability to always tell when somebody is lying.
6 of hearts.
Now you see Charlie, right? She uses this ability to uncover the truth behind her best friend's sudden murder after she discovered some unsavory information that hotel management did not want exposed.
Mr. Sterling, who is the powerful casino owner, puts Charlie on his hit list, and he sends his crony, Cliff, to hunt her down, blaming her for the death of his son.
And when I do kill you, finally, you can thank me.
I gotta go. Ryan, this is a bad scene.
This is not
I
good.
mean, the
This is
stakes are
going
high.
Very, very bad here.
What happens next? Oh, I remember. Charlie, you see, she goes on the run, making new friends and foes across the country. And what does she do? She solves a suspiciously high count of murder mysteries.
So she befriends a trucker who teaches her valuable nomadic life lessons. Don't use an ATM card.
No
because they
ATMs.
can track you down.
Right. Always have a burner phone.
Pay cash, but use a burner phone.
Right. And use crazy glue if you've got an open wound.
Super glue.
Yes, it is. I'll tell. Well,
She knows what she's doing.
She's a boss. Other things Charlie does. Discovers the secret to the perfect brisket and reluctantly helps out a fascist dog.
That dog is now Secretary of the Treasury. right
Oh,
now.
that's it's interesting.
Yes.
Anyway, the dog is charming.
It's charming.
Go build a wall, you jackboot piece of
She learns to never meet your rock and roll heroes.
But definitely meet Chloe 7. He should have come up.
Security!
And goes internet viral for punching Krampus in the face. Oh boy.
I know it's coming. Hey, getting it in the face, you Krampus.
Befriends 2 ex-felons at a retirement home.
Oh, this was a great
Judith
app.
Light and Pepper.
Yes, this was a major app.
Judith Light, look at her.
Look at that.
She's so creepy.
This is one of the days. Ow, that's Becca GT, stunt maverick, but it's also me, and I have a tendency, due to lack of stretching, to cramp up, not like Krampus. And
up.
Judith was on top of me, and I thought I don't want to stop her because who am I to say no to Judith Light?
Exactly. Yeah.
She won an Emmy.
I remember with Lucky McKee, who directed this one, discussing the fight scene from They Live, in that it should just keep going on and on beyond when it's ridiculous. And
it worked.
Oh!
Hey!
She doesn't get it.
She's
just watering
She's
her
just
plants.
gardening.
Gardening her
Nice
stuff.
shot.
Yeah, it's fine. Also, the line, "You talk to me."
You tout me, you f***ing whore!
You tell me, you whore? Oh, because of the sort of foot powder thing.
I'm his nephew.
Sure.
This is where we meet Luca.
Oh, Simon.
It's fun because the show, it's new stars and guest stars every single week, and so it's a little bit like the Tonight Show, where it's not like there's regulars except for Simon coming back.
Hey, fake nephew.
And so I feel like he's kind of become like a buddy that keeps coming back. So Luca is a FBI agent, and he not weird at all. He first meets Charlie at the retirement home in that episode, and is kind of low level. Basically, Charlie keeps stumbling into these situations where she ends up doing his job for him really well, and so he keeps rising in the ranks of the FBI.
It's a very sweet relationship. Let's skip ahead. Charlie heartily defends the backstage crew at a dinner theater.
It wasn't Phil's fault. I think someone drugged him and futzed with the floor door.
That was a big ep.
That was good. That was huge.
You want a gram with the shrine?
I'm good.
Karina collects these old magazines, and every single hot guy, it's always the reluctant sex. It's like Brad Pitt with his shirt off, like by a pool.
Right.
It's like reluctant sex symbol.
Listen, Charlie, some other stuff that she gets into. I mean, she acquires some sick driving skills. Jeez, why am I so afraid of crashing? I mean, it's just an arcade game. Holy Toledo!
Charles Melton, he was so good. He's kind of teaching her why driving is actually a skill and not just turning left. You gotta trust the car. He teaches her to trust the car.
You gotta trust the car. Do you trust the car?
Well, it's an arcade game.
When I say slam on the gas hard and turn hard, ready?
I am not!
Now!
I think think we originally scripted this scene to be done out at the track in a real car. And then, hey, we shoot these episodes in 10 days. So we're like, maybe we just do it in the arcade game.
It was also very warm out. This was a surprisingly hot season. Cars were melting.
Yeah, I think that's true. Tires were just getting stuck to the road.
Let's jump forward.
She assists a special effects artist and discovers hidden film footage to avenge a death. And she rocks a giant horse head in an episode that she directed, that Natasha directed.
And wrote with Alice Joe. The real Phil Tippett, legend of all legends, actually shows up, makes those creatures for us, and is even on set, sometimes actually doing practical as Nick Nolte's hands because he maneuvers them so well. And so for us, it was really like special. We loved making this one.
It was really amazing.
It was
Between
really
that,
a gift.
Phil Tippett's work right here.
Oh, God.
Oh my! And his team, his whole
oof.
team at his studio is just incredible. They designed these, and they did the animation, and you can actually see his hands like blurring in there, which I thought was a really cool effect that they did.
A little tip for multi-hyphenates, a little tippets. If you're gonna have to do multiple jobs, you see, if you just put yourself in a full horse costume, then you can kind of multitask more easily because they don't know it's Becca in the horse costume. And she's much better at horsing around. She's a professional stunt man.
What was that a reference to? You had pulled
Cocteau.
that was a Cocteau film. That's right. Was it the Orpheus trilogy?
Something
Yeah.
Orpheus is involved in a title. It's a black and white Criterion. No one's
Yes.
really ever watched the full thing.
No,
I'll
it
be
doesn't
honest.
really.
There's
So
like
bonkers.
Jaron and I, our cinematographer, were just, oh yeah, why? What happens in Spike Lee movies? They put him on a
they say,
treadmill.
yeah, they
Let's
stick it
do
to
that.
him. Yeah,
You know,
it's
look how
great.
gorgeous Terry Jones is.
It's beautiful.
If she steps one hoof on this property again, have her arrested.
Let's jump forward.
Charlie becomes a murder victim herself. Well, sort of.
That is not a stick. Yeah, that's a bone.
Stephanie Sue and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and just this was a very fun episode written by Lila and Nora, the Zucks,
The Zucks?
and the escape from, can we say escape from f***ing shit.
Yeah, from that f***ing mouth, that motherfucking mountain.
And so there's this mix-up that the Zucks came up with, which I thought was brilliant, where you do the traditional poker face thing, where we see the murder and then we flash, where a form you don't see gets hit by a car. When we start up the next act and we do our flashback, you think it's going to be Stephanie's character, Morty, who is dead, and in fact, it's actually Charlie who's been hit. We think we see Charlie get killed by Joe Gordon-Levitt's character, but then we realize she's actually survived. And not only that, you've been able to foil Joe by grabbing his ankle monitor to bring the cops to her. Kaboom! Pretty solid.
Major episode.
Pretty great. And then the tag on it is that Cliff has finally found her in the hospital.
Sticky situation. Was I wearing a neck brace?
I think you were.
I had a leg in a thing, right?
RoboCop.
You laid out. Charlie solves one last murder. That of Mr. Sterling himself.
$500,000 clean cash, which I hope you will regard as the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. And if you don't, no obligations beyond this afternoon.
Deja vu.
Ron Perlman is somebody that I wanted to kind of work with for a long, long time. And he was very, very kind. He came in and played the big heavy of the episode. And there's just a long scene in the beginning of the episode where it's just him and you at a poker table having this long conversation. And we knew we needed somebody who could really just come in and fill those shoes. And Ron's a legend, man. He's amazing.
And Ben Bratt crushes in this
Benjamin
episode.
Bratt is a big Ben Bratt episode. Yeah.
Oh, and Clea Duvall's in it.
Clea appears as your
and the
sister.
famous crawl up the
Crawling up the
stairs.
stairs,
Something I do IRL whenever I see a set of stairs because no one ever taught me you're supposed to walk on them.
Use
You
your
know, I
feet.
do it
You're
if it's
supposed to use
a
your feet.
public space, but
Yeah.
it's not my preference.
Yeah.
Oh, remember old dildo finger.
Oh, that's right, the dildo ring. That's
Right.
yeah.
There's a string of great, very professional emails.
Took a lot of time to dial in the design
to dial
of the
in
dildo
the design
ring
of the
because-
ring from the bachelorette party. The final beat is Beatrix Hasp, you see. She
That's
calls
right.
on a cell phone.
Cliff told me about your circus freak lie detector thing. You come back right now. You put it to work for the Hasps. And we'll see how it goes.
There she is, Rhea Perlman on the line.
Rhea Perlman may
On the
make an
line.
appearance, yeah.
And she gives this sort of ultimatum, and Charlie takes that phone
He burns it.
and burns the burner.
Burns a burner. Janixa Bravo
Janixa Bravo.
directing the finale last season, bringing it home for us.
Remember the last day and the ending and the rain and the rainbow and waiting and
the very last shot, Natasha leaning against her car, drinking a beer with the sunset behind her. We literally just scouted it that day, and we just found this road, and we were huddled, and there was a thunderstorm, and so we were all in the car, and we were like, "Is the thunderstorm going to break before the?" And then it was like, "The thunderstorm's broken, but the sun's going down. Run, go!" And we were all out there, and it was just this mad dash, and we got to pretend like we were on a Werner Herzog set or something. For like half
but then
an hour.
it got really beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
With
I love that shot.
that was a special day.
great
That was a real we're making movies. And she sets off back on the road in her Plymouth Barracuda. Yahtzee.
That's it.
And off we go into season 2.
Season 2, there's going to be more murders. Not a spoiler that there will be more murders.
More solved murders.
More solved
if we
murders.
have anything to say about it.